Hello everyone, we have to discuss about it IS Baba Test Series 2020. So हम वीक 9 और 10 कर रहे थे MCQ करंट अफेयर के, तो कंटिन्यू करते हैं. With reference to the below carbon, consider the following statement. C. Below carbon is provided in both and the naturally and the by and human activities. Black carbon remain in the atmosphere and for and the foster and duration when the compared with the CO2. The black carbon resultant from the incomplete and the combustion रहता है fossil fuel का and the biomass and BC is produced रहता है and both and the naturally and by the human activities as a result of the incomplete and the combustion of the fissile fuel and biofuels and the biomass. जो प्राइमरी सोर्स रहता है इंक्लूड करता है इमिशन एंड फ्रॉम एंड द डीजल एंड इंजन को एंड कुक स्टॉप रहता है एंड वुड एंड द बर्निंग को एंड फॉरेस्ट फायर्स को एंड द फायर एंड द फाइन एंड द पार्टिकल्स एंड द ऑब्जर्व करता है एंड द लाइट एंड द about the million times and the more and the energy को and then the carbon and the dioxide. Black carbon is and the second and largest controllers रहता है and to the targeted and the change and after and the CO2 का. But and the unlike and CO2 and the which and can and the stay in the atmosphere and for and the years and the togethers. Black carbon is the soot and lived and the remain in and the atmosphere and only and for and the days and to the weeks before it the descended and as rain and over the snow. जो ब्लैक कार्बन रहता है ऑब्जर्व करता है सोलर एनर्जी को एंड वार्म्स एंड द एटमॉस्फेयर को. क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकंड. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इन अबाउट द कोलिस्टिन. कोलिस्टिन किसके रिस्पेक्ट में होती है? टू द WHO एंड द कंसीडर एंड कोलिस्टिन एंड एज अ द हाईएस्ट प्रायोरिटी एंड क्रिटिकली इंपॉर्टेंस एंड द एंटी एंड द माइक्रोबायल्स एंड फॉर द ह्यूमंस. The colistin is and the anti and the biotic and for the therapeuticals and the purposes in the world. Better nourished and but and the drug is the highly and the research in the poetry and the industry and as other growth and the promoters for the prophylactics and the purposes and one of the reasons and for and the antibiotic and resistance in India and is due to and the unwanted and use and of the colistin in the poetry industry. The World Health Organization WHO consider and colistin and as are the highest and prosperity and the critically and the importance and the antimicrobials and for and the humans. Question number 3. Which of the following and statement and is not and correct are the regarding influenza viruses? Flu vaccine and will and the protected and against the influenza infections and the illness and cases and by the other and viruses and that also and can cases and the influenza and like and the symptoms. There are the four type of the influenza virus and ABCD and the human and the influenza A and B and the virus and cases season and the epidemic of the disease known as the flu and the seasons and almost the every and winter and in the United States and influenza A and virus and R and the only influenza virus and noun and two and the cases and cases flow are the virus and are the may only and the influenza and virus and now and two the cases flow. Question number 4. Consider the following statement and B. According to the Indian and rules and the pilot and in and the commander and may the permits and the across access of the internet services by the passenger on the board and in the flight and board and W Wi-Fi and Fi Wi-Fi on board. The pilot in command and any and the permits and the access of the entire passengers on the board in flight and through the Wi-Fi on the board and this the services and will be and the giving and to the passengers and on and the flight after the permits by the pilot in command and the passenger on board can avail in flight and Wi-Fi and the services and for their the smartphones and the laptops. tablets, e-readers, and or and the smart watches and the giving and that and the devices are on the air and the planes and mode and or and the flight and mode and provided and that and the director generals and sell and the certification and the aircraft and for usage of the internet services in the flight and through the Wi-Fi on the board. It is the important to turn off the electronic devices and ban the troublings and on other planes and to the eliminated and the radio waves and that and the pose either risk and to the avoiding technology जो रहती है on the planets पे and this is and one of the reasons रहती है and that the troubles and are the ask and to the turn of the electrical devices and before the take off. Question number 5 with references to the unsure investment consider the following step. unsure investment किसके consider में होता है to the unsure investors is not and the allow करते हैं to sell and his and her and the cells and for it the list and 1 years and after the allotment. जो अनश्योर इन्वेस्टमेंट आर द इंस्टीट्यूशन इन्वेस्टर जो रहते हैं हु आर द ऑफर्ड एंड शेयर इन एंड द IPO एंड ए द डे एंड द बिफोर एंड द ऑफर्स एंड ऑफर एज द नेम एंड द सजेस्टेड एंड द दे एंड आर एंड द सपोज्ड to ensure the issues and by the aggregation and to the subscriptions and to the shares and it other fixed and the price so that the other investors and may now and that and this is the demanded and for and the shares and the offered each ensures and the investors and has to put other minimums and of the 10 and crores and in the issue. Question number 6 which of the following and statement is correct? Himalayas red and penned are the natives and to the Nepal, India, Bhutan and Tibet. Question number 7 consider orders and books and the invaders and the capabilities utilization survey OBI is taken up by RBI के द्वारा. The RBI has been and conducted करती है orders and books and the investors and capabilities utilization services and the of BCSA and of and the manufacturing sectors of the quarters basis. The survey has been provided a significant and inputs and to and the RBI and the in monetary policy and formation. Question number 8 consider a the scenarios and the whereas and the Indians and the government and will start and the rising other part and of its the growth and the borrowings programs and through the sovereign and bond if and the exchange rate in the extensions and to the browsers. The sovereign bond and dominated in the domestics and the currency and INR and R and the prey fables. The difference between the issuing and the bond and the dominated and in and the rupees and the issuing and in it's and in either foreign and the currency and say US dollars is and the incidented and of and the exchange rate risk and if the loans and is in and the terms and of and the dollars and the rupees and beacons and the against and the dollar and during the bond and the endures. Question number 9 consider the following statement and with respect to the solar and dynamic observatory SDO. The goal of the SDN is and the understand and the influences of the sun and on and the earth and near and the earth and space and by the studying and the solar dynamic and the observatory. SDO is other NASA mission and which has been and the observing and the suns launched on the February 11, 2010 and the observatory is a part of and the living and with other star and LWSN programs. The goal of the SDO is to understand the influence of the sun and of and the earth and the near and earth space. NOAA and the 2753 and 2754 were seen and on the December 24th and by the NASA and Solar Dynamic and Observatory. Question number 10 and the Hubali and the Ancoras and railway and the line and project and passes through काली टाइगर रिजर्व के थ्रू पास करता है ये. Question number 11 which of the following are the correctly and matched regarding the नारी शक्ति and the पुरस्कार अवार्ड. नारी शक्ति पुरस्कार अवार्ड किसके रिस्पेक्ट में होता है? रानी रुद्रम्मा एंड द देवी एंड द अवार्ड रहता है बेस्ट एंड पंचायत एंड विलेज एंड कम्युनिटी के. रानी एंड लक्ष्मीबाई एंड द अवार्ड रहता है एम्पावरमेंट रहता है एंड बेस्ट एंड द इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड फॉर एंड द R&D एंड इन एंड द फील्ड ऑफ द वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट. From the year 2016 and 20 and Nari Shakti and the Puruskars and the Cell and be and the confident every year. The award and will be and the confident on the 8th and the March. On the occasion of the International Women's Day and the IWD and by other Government of India. The categories of the award and shall be as follow. Rani Rudramanna, Radri Rudrama and Devi and awarded and for and the best panchayat and villages community and which has and the done and the outstanding and the work and for the women welfare. Devi Ahilyabai and Holkarson awarded and for and the best and private and sector and organization and public sector and undertaken in and the promotive and the bail and beings and the welfare and of the women and Rani Lakshmi and awarded and for the best and institution and for the reserve and the development in and the field of the women empower. Question number 12. Operation Spring and Shield and Baz are the cross and the borders. Military operation conduct किया गया था किसके द्वारा and Turkey's army force and against the Syria army force के द्वारा. जो operation Spring and Shield and Baz are the cross borders and military operation होता है conduct किया जाता है by the Turkey's and armed and forces and against the Syria's armed force in the Idlib and districts of the northwestern Syria के द्वारा. Question number 13 and with references to the additional and the tier 1 and the bond consider the following statement. Neither one nor two. In India and the bank and must and the mention and capital and 8 are the minimum ratio and of the 11.5 and percent and of and the there the risk and weightage and loan and of and this the 9.5% and the need and 2V and the tires 1 capital and the 2% and tier 2. The holders of the 10 bond and can be and the get and there the investment and the make and buy and the selling and them in and the secondary debt market unless and the issues and the redeem and the them. $81 and the bond and carry the face value and the 10 and lakh per bond and the there are and the 2 at the rotated and thousands and which and the retail. Full can have the acquired and 10 bond. Initiative private placement and the offers and of and the 81 and the bond and by the bank checking and to the rise and money and or and the secondary market and buys of and the already and trade and 80 and the one and bond and based and or and the recommendation from and the brokers. Question number 15. Consider the following statement. Stock Brabant is then the exchange of the one and quality and based and the asset रहता है and for and the another assessment and with and the circulation and of and the either margin and of and the issue accumulations का रहता है and either the stock and the swap and the offers and then the shareholders and the ownerships and of and the targeted. The stock and swap and is the exchange of the one and quality based and asset and for and the another association and with the circumstances and of and the mergers and of and the acquisitions. And question number 15. Trilateral joint and the nuttall and the exercise and the marine and security belt. मराइल सिक्योरिटी बेल्ट एंड बास कंडक्ट किया जाता है बिटवीन किसके द्वारा? ईरान एंड रशिया एंड चाइना के द्वारा. The bilateral and the joint naval exercise of the Iran and the two major world powers. Russia and China and 4. Question number 16. Consider the following statement. With respect to no confidence and motion. No confidence motion किसके respect में होता है? Neither but nor two. It is told the constitution such as the motion is moved under the rule of the 198 and of the rule of the procedures. J.P. Kripalani moved the first and over no confidence motion in the August 1963 and against the Nehru and the government after the India-China war. Sesa Orchid Sanctuary is located in and Arunachal Pradesh. And Sesa Orchid and Sanctuary is located in Arunachal Pradesh. Which of the following river flow and through the Germany? कौन सा रिवर जर्मनी से फ्लो करता है? ऑल ऑफ देम. देनूब ओदर एंड इडबे. The Danube and Odal and Idalian canals and the extended into the connected the Danube and the Odals and Idali rivers and the providing other and others and the navigation and link and from and the Black Sea and to the north and the Baltic Sea. International Security Assessment Forces and ISAF, which was in the news and the recently is associated with the NATO. The International Security Assessment and the Forces ISAF was under NATO-led and military and missiles and the Afghanistan established by the United Nations and Security and the Council in the December 2001 and the regulations. Resolution 1386 and it and the envisaged and by other born and the agreement and it is main and the purposes and was and to the train and the Afghanistan nationals and the security and forces. War in Afghanistan 2000-2014 and the terms and the arms and the renam and was in news and the recently and is and the associated and with and which of the following and communities and Galo community. The air riven and the is and the Galo and the community. Question number 21. Arrange the four and the southmost and the island of the Kuril Island and starting from the north to south. Kuril Island starting करता है north to south. Itorofu Island पहला इटोपुर दूसरा कुरीन कुना एंड सिरी आइसलैंड एंड उसके बाद एंड सिकोतन आइसलैंड उसके बाद हबो मई आइसलैंड. The four and southmost island of the Kuris and chain and the Itorofu and the Kunasiri and the Sikotra and the Homo Mai and the have been and the disputes and the between and the Moscows and the World War and second. Consider the following statement. A government security GS and is other tradables and the instrument and issues and by the central government and or the state government is correct. The RBI of and has the introduced and the separated channels and gold the fully and the offensive wrote at FAR and to and the enables and known the resistance to the investor in the specific and the government of India read the generalized. Question number 23 and the with references to the whale and the shark consider the following statement. Whales are consider the following statement 1 and 2. The whale, shark in are and the biggest and fish and the shark in the world. The life human and the human and friend of fire. Print fire and the fire and each and the bell shake shark and has in its oven the individual supports and better and no and two and the directly. The whole is shark and is the biggest and fish and the sharks and the bird and the is the graceful and the harmless and the whole and the sharks and each and the teeny and planktons. Question number 24 in which of the following and the countries is not and the part of the regional works are the south. Asian Wildlife Information Network and the SWAM. SWAM किसके रिस्पेक्ट में होता है 3 and 5 म्यांमार और पाकिस्तान के. एक्सप्लेनेशन देख लेते हैं एंड द एशियन साउथ एशिया एंड द वाइल्ड लाइफ एंड इंफॉर्मेशन नेटवर्क एंड सफाई एंड ए द रीजनल एंड नेटवर्क इज comprehensively of the 8 countries. Question number 25. Consider the following statement based on the pollutions and index and development and Y and the ME and the FCC and ME and FCC and for and the including basis. A. No road and the category and of and the industry shall be the permitted in the geological federal and project area industry and the sector having the pollution and index 60 and the above and the categorized and the under and the red. The Ministry of the Environmental, Forest and Climate and the MOEFCCN has and the increased developed करती है the criteria and of the categories and of the industrial reserve and the based on the Thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.